stuffy.
That's what you got for the people today.
No.
What
you
else?
better work hard.
Oh, snap! All right, get out of here. Bye-bye. I do, but I have to do this now. Oh, yeah. This is how good my day just got. I just got invited to a tea party after yoga, so it's too bad for you. I don't think you were invited. Good morning, everybody, or whenever you're watching this, good afternoon or good evening. I want to thank all of our producers and sponsors, all the people that are helping to make this live daily yoga class happen. I love you guys so much, and I really appreciate your support. If you like these yoga classes, you can definitely support us on Patreon or make a donation via the Cash App. And if you can't afford it right now, God knows I get it. And please just like and share these videos. If you do like them and if you do want to share them, don't do anything that's not authentic. So here's what I wanted to talk to you about today because I was thinking about authenticity. In fact, I was meditating on authenticity this morning when I got up at about 4:30 and had a 3-hour silent meditation. And then after I completed my 3-hour meditation, I went into the kitchen and made some fresh cucumber mint water. And I drank that while I took a stroll in nature and stacked rocks into these beautiful Zen formations. And then I rescued some kittens. So that's been my day, and I'm sure your day has been pretty much the same. So good morning, Kelly. Good morning, JR. Hello, everybody. Yeah, let's get started, because now that we've completed all those beautiful things, this is the last thing that we have to do is do our yoga practice. So if you're still with me, I didn't. I got up late. I needed to have 2 cups of coffee before I could even move. I have a kid at home because of the quarantine, and so I have to make her breakfast and get her hair brushed and her teeth brushed, and I have to do all of that stuff and then do the laundry, and then I walk out here and do this. And I don't say that for sympathy or empathy or anything like that. I just want to say that this is my yoga practice that we're doing today. This is the first time I'm stepping onto my mat. And so my body can be tired, my body can be sore, just like yours. But the trick, the beauty, the magic is to do it anyway. So we're going to step onto the mat. I hope you guys are all well. Let's do a little yoga. All right. Oh, wow, that's totally cutting off my head. Let's not do that. Let's go over here. All right. Step onto your mats, guys. I want you to take your left foot, lift the heel, and do this. You're rotating on the ball of your foot. Whenever I do this, I have this primordial memory of Olivia Newton-John when she gets like super hot at the end of Grease and tossing her cigarette. Do the right foot now. And John Travolta's like flipping out. And then she drops her cigarette and crushes it. She says, "Tell me about it, stud." Do you remember that? Is that just me? Just rotating that femur bone. All right, lift your left leg into the air. And lift your right heel into the air. And if you didn't fall over, fall into the china cabinet. Good for you. The objective here is to lift your heel and see how high and how long you can hold it before you're going to fall over and have to plant it again. And what that's doing is waking up your stabilizers, muscles in your legs that keep you from falling over when you're only on one foot. All right, draw your foot back, grab it with your right hand, place your left hand on your knee. We're going to go through a lot of our basic warm-up today. And since I wanted to reflect a little bit on authenticity and what my day is really like, and to demonstrate that I'm clearly a man of the people, bring your leg back in front of you and lift your shin into the air. I also came onto the mat with no preconceived notion about what I'm going to do today because, quite frankly, I'd just been busy taking care of the kid. And my hope is that I can show you that you can practice. Just move. Get on your mat and move. So hinge forward and turn your palms to the floor, chest to the floor, and push back. Right leg straight. Left knee bends, hands reach forward, connect the tips of your thumbs over the crown of your head. You'll get better at this the more you practice it. Push forward like you're going to headbutt the wall or the TV in front of you. And then push back, reach forward, connect the tips of your thumbs. Reach back, push forward, and push back. Connect the tips of your thumbs, and rise up. Step forward, connect your palms. Take a deep breath, and lean to your right. Inhale up to center, and let's do the other side. Lift your right leg into the air. And try to lift your left heel. Whoa. See, the purpose isn't to not fall over. The purpose is to start to awaken the muscles so that when we really engage in our practice after a good warm-up, then those muscles are more likely to be responsive versus reactive, which is what my standing on my left leg is like right now. It's reactive. It's quick, jerky movements instead of slow, subtle ones. Draw your foot back, grab it with your left hand, hinge forward, and touch your knee or place your palm on your knee or hold onto a table. Don't forget, we're not going to leave anybody behind here. So if any of the movements are a little too challenging for you today, tomorrow will be different. Just get back on the mat. Rise up. Whoa. Perfect example right there. So my left leg is really fatiguing, trying to gain my balance. And that's what it's like for me today. Step your right foot back. Your results are similar or different. And if you're remarkably strong and stable right now, something else later on in the practice might throw you. Turn your palms. Bow, bend your left knee, and push back. Reach forward, connect the tips of your thumbs. Reach back as you push forward. Push back, reach forward. Right knee bent. Reach back, push forward. This is the last one. Reach forward, connect the thumbs over the crown of your head without seeing your arms. And try to slide your mat forward with your left foot. Rise up. Step forward, connect your palms, take a deep breath, and lean to your left. And come back to center. Take your hands and bind them behind your butt. Step your feet a little wider than your hips, and hinge forward. Pull your knuckles left, turn your chest to the right, bend your left knee. Straighten your left leg and switch. Pull your fist to the right. Bend your right knee. Look to the left. Come back to center and place your hands on the floor. Walk your hands to the right. Let your right foot turn out a little bit. Push into your right heel. So you're pushing yourself away from what your fingertips are touching wherever they are. And then walk your hands over to your left. Let the left foot turn out. And then use your left foot to try to push yourself away from that top corner of your mat. And then come back to center. Slide your butt from side to side. And then turn to the top of your mat, step back, and lower your knees down onto your mat into a tabletop. Now, from a tabletop, hands under shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Lift your right leg to the right like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. And then lower your knee back down. Lift it up. That was 2. Bring it down. Lift it up. That's 3. Down, up, down, up, down, up, and hold. This is 6. Push through your right heel. Reach your left hand left. Pull your heart forward. Release. Plant that right knee. And lift your left knee to the left. Bring your left knee down to your right. Lift it up. That's 2. Bring it down. Lift it up. That's 3. Bring it down. Up is 4. Down. Up is 5. Down. Up, that's 6. Hold it here. Push through the left heel. Reach your right hand right. Release and plant your left knee. Lift your right leg again into the air and make circles counterclockwise. Drawing a circle to your right with your right knee. And now reverse that circle so it's going clockwise. And lower that right knee down. And those hips and glutes are waking up, yeah? Now, lift your left knee left and make circles clockwise. You can look over that left shoulder as you're drawing those circles. Any speed will do. Try to make the widest circle you can. Reverse and go counterclockwise. And lower your knee. Oh yeah, it's right here. I smell something burning. Lift your knees, push your heart back, and bend your knees one at a time. Swivel the hips so that your side bodies lengthen. As your heels go right, left side body lengthens. And as the heels go left, right side bodies lengthen. And slowly walk your hands back to your feet or your feet towards your hands so that we're standing near the center of the mat. And then we're just going to hang. Hang out with me for a while, guys. And I'll give you 3 great ideas for a more Zen bathroom that I learned from reading Yoga Journal. All right. Lower your butt. Reach forward, Utkatasana. Lift your heels. Flip your palms. Rise up, reach up. And lower your heels. Lower your hands to your heart. Now I know that you're only seeing half of me, but here we go, that's better. I wanted that front camera a little bit lower today. All right, now let's go through a sun salutation pattern. Get our bodies nice and warm and loose and ready for action. Let's get our sweat on. It's gonna feel great when we get our heart rate up. I'm feeling better already. I started out really slow, really stiff. This is great. We're doing this again. Reach up, breathe in. Reach down, breathe out. Lift your left leg, breathe in. Exhale, step back. Reach your right hand up, breathe in. Reach down, step back, and touch your chest to the floor. Push up, press back. Lift your right leg up. Exhale, step forward. Reach both hands up, breathe in. Cactus the arms and twist to the right. Reach up, face forward. Reach down, step to the top. Hands on the knees, flatten the back, breathe in, and then rise up the rest of the way from there. Hands in the air. Exhale, hinge forward. Right leg lifts. Step back, breathe out. Left hand high, inhale. Reach down, step back. Touch your chest to the floor. Push and press, left leg lifts. Exhale, step through. Reach up, breathe in. Elbows down and twist to the left. Reach up, face forward. Reach down, step to the top. Hands on the knees, inhale. Rise the rest of the way. Fold forward, let's do it again. Left leg lifts, breathe in. Exhale, step back. Right hand high, breathe in. Reach down, step back. Chest to the floor, push and press, right leg lifts. Step through, reach up, breathe in. Cactus arms, twist to the right, back heel high. Reach up, face forward. Reach down, step to the top. Half lift, come up the rest of the way. Exhale, fold forward. Right leg lifts. Exhale it back. Left hand high. Reach down, step back. Touch your chest to the floor. Push up. Press back, left leg lifts. Exhale, step through. Reach up, breathe in. Cactus arms, twist left. Reach up, face forward. Reach down, step to the top. Half lift. Rise the rest of the way. Exhale, fold forward. One more set, left leg lifts. Exhale it back. Right hand high. Reach down, step back. Chest to the floor. Push, press, right leg lifts. Step through. Reach up. Cactus twist right. Reach up, face forward. Reach down, step to the top. Half lift. Come up the rest of the way. Fold forward. Right leg lifts. Step back. Left hand high. Reach down. Step back. Chest to the floor. Push. Press. Left leg lifts. Step through. Reach both hands up. Cactus the arms. Twist left. Reach up, face forward. Reach down. Step to the top. Half lift. Rise the rest of the way. Bring your hands down to your heart. Close your eyes and feel your feet. Reach up, breathe in. Reach down, touch your mat. Left leg lifts, step back. Reach both hands up. Place the left hand on the top of your head with your fingers spilling over the back of your head. So your elbow, left elbow, is kind of in front of your forehead, and place your right hand on your sacrum. Now push back, sacrum against the right hand. Make sure you've got weight in your right heel, lunging into your right knee. Look up. Smooth, steady breath. Life doesn't stop just because we do yoga, but we can slow it down. Slowly release. Left hand to the floor. Right hand sweeps up, reaching for the ceiling, turning the chest to the right. Turn your right palm forward and reach forward. And see if you can't create your best straight line from your right hand to your left heel. Breathe slow. Breathe deep. Weight in the right heel. One more breath. Reach down. Good work, everybody. Walk your hands 180 degrees left so you're facing the other direction. Lower your right knee down and come up into Knight's Pose. So automatically we start to feel that relief and that release in the right hip by switching sides. Now in your your Knight's position, simply try to drag your right knee forward. Please don't try to step it forward. Don't lift it off of your mat and move it. The idea is to just try to slide your mat forward with your right knee. That's going to activate those hip flexors. Putting them under greater tension and active stretch. Now let's go to the other side. Lift the right knee up. Reach your hands in the air. Anjane. Square the hips off to the short back edge of your mat. Lift the right heel. Place your right hand on the top of your head with your fingers spilling at the back of your skull like icicles off a house. Lower your left hand and place it on your sacrum. Now push your sacrum against your hand and lift your right elbow and look up. Make sure you got weight in your left heel. I was a little wobbly there because I didn't have weight in the heel. You're not lifting the front of your left foot. You're just trying to hold the floor down with your left foot. It's deliberate standing. Take one more breath where you are, slow and deep. And slowly come forward. Right hand reaches for the floor next to the left foot. The left arm sweeps forward and up to the ceiling. Turn to look to see where your thumb went. And again, check to see that you have weight in your left heel. That you're really engaged in the left quad to hold your mat down with the bottom of your left foot and your right heel rising high. Take a deep breath and reach down. Walk the hands to the right, 180 degrees, left knee down, Knight's Pose. Take the hands to the thigh, and again, while you're holding this regal, noble position, simply try to slide your mat forward with your left knee. And if you're holding your mat down with your right heel or trying to slide your mat backwards, then you'll feel all that activity in your right glute and hamstring. Through our practice, what we're always trying to do is check in, develop greater proprioception, greater awareness of the body, of what's firing in the body, what's happening in the body, versus just generally focusing on the discomfort, the burning, and wishing it to stop. This is where we push in. And plant the hands. Step back and lower your chest to the floor. Slide your hands forward. Push down into your knees and palms. Your groin should lift off the floor here. Now, if you were to create the feeling of trying to drag yourself off your mat forward, that's your palms pressing down and trying to drag back to slide you forward. You're going to feel that back bend move up your spine. Release. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Leave your knees on the floor, please. Push up into a tabletop. Step the knees apart and press the hips back, elbows down, maybe the head rest on the hands or the mat. And you can wiggle those hips right and left. And plant the hands. Lift the heart, draw it forward, and we're back in tabletop. Now earlier I had you try to balance and abduct, and let's see if those muscles are willing to go a little bit further or take our body and our postures a little bit further. So we're going to lift the right knee to the right, straighten the right leg, reach left hand left, and now draw your right foot over to your left, reach back with your left hand, and kick. You're also trying to pull your heel back to your tailbone while you're engaging that right quad. Now bring your right knee through between your thumbs and lift your left knee up, cross the right foot over, and then we're going to push ourselves back and send left foot right. And hopefully we're going to end up on our butt with our knees stacked. Just press your chest forward and slide left foot forward so that the top of your feet are both equidistant to the top corners of your mat. This left leg is my bottom leg. It's much easier for me to hold this heel to my right hip than to get my right heel to my left hip. Bring this foot out so that the knees and the hips are experiencing something similar. You can also hug your knees to your chest and pull down. Release. Let's unwind the legs. And you're probably sitting somewhere near the back edge of your mat, which is fine. Bring your knees together. Lean back, lift your feet, and stay here. If anything further, it's going to be too challenging for your back or your hips. If you can, straighten your legs. And if you can keep your legs straight and let go of them, do that. But let's not do this, where our knees are bent and we're balancing on the butt. I'd rather just have you hold your legs and straighten. And then you can pull with your hands on your hamstrings and lift your chest up to your big toes so that your back is still nicely arched. Whoa, lost it. And like I said, let go if you can and keep lifting the heart. Plant both feet, plant your hands, and push your knees over your toes, even lifting the heels and bringing yourself forward. Leave the hands where they are so you get that nice stretch in the delts and the shoulders. And then pull your hips back, cross your ankles, and place your hands back on the top of your space. And we're going to return to a tabletop position. Spread the fingers nice and wide and dig down into the fingertips. Left knee goes left, bent at 90 degrees. Push through the heel and straighten it. Reach right hand right. Now bring left foot over to the right and capture it with the right hand. Pull the heel to the tailbone, but kick with enough force that your left leg is going to win this energetic battle with your right arm. Take one more breath. And release. Plant the right hand, bring the left knee through, lift the right knee up, kick the left foot over, right knee back down. Now I'm going to slide myself back, left knee on the right, walking the hands back to sit. Bring the right foot out, again, so that the top of both feet is equidistant to the corners of your mat. And lean forward. My microphone, my robot nipple is going right into my knee. Sorry, guys. You know, if you were to grab a guitar, if you don't know how to play, and you just start wailing on it and making shit up and playing a note or strumming, it doesn't hurt the guitar. It may not sound great, but it doesn't hurt the guitar. And my point is, even if you don't know how to practice what order to put poses in to constantly work different energetic and muscle linear systems in the body, if we're not familiar with all that, if you just move, that's great. You know, a lot of people learn to play the guitar simply by fucking with it. Some people are self-taught. Release. Plant your feet. Bring your knees together. Lift your heart. Pull your knees off the floor, or if your feet off the floor, excuse me. Straighten your legs and let go of them if you can keep your back arched and your heart lifted. But if your back rounds or if your knees come in, there's no real point in being here because we're not working the muscles that we're trying to work. We want to spread those toes, lift those shins, lift that heart. And release. Cross the ankles and walk the hands forward, and we're back into a tabletop. Slide your right foot back and turn the hips open. Slide the left hand forward. Slide your right hand to the outside of your left hand and push yourself back with your hands. Let your right foot slide back. Step the right hand back around and slide your right foot forward off your mat to the right. It's almost as though we were setting ourselves up for a gate position, but what we're going to do instead is plant the hands, turn the right foot out, bend the right knee, and make a circle with your hips, going over the long right edge of your mat and then coming back, hovering over the center. I'm making a big clockwise circle with my pelvis over the floor. I'm stirring the pot. You can draw that the other way, going counterclockwise. And any time you like, you can pause and just hold any particular spot that feels good. Or maybe it feels not so good and that's where you should be. Now slide right knee in, lower your chest to the floor. We're going to do a cross core. Slide hands forward. Lift right leg up, press left knee down, lift left hand. Push into right palm, left knee. Release. Place your hands underneath you. Push. And walk the hands back a little bit so that we're back into a tabletop. We're going to slide left foot back and plant the heel. Walk right hand forward and slide left hand to the outside of right hand. And then just push yourself back. Your right foot, or excuse me, your left foot will literally be sliding backwards. You're pushing your heart towards your right knee, but don't drop it all the way down to it. We're just trying to lengthen left hand from left foot. Release. Left hand left, and left foot steps out to the left. And we're going to bend the knee, turn the toes out, And let's start with counterclockwise circles. And again, pause where you like. And turn your circles the other way. Pause anywhere that feels good. Or maybe try to stick into a spot that doesn't feel so great. Step left hand in, step left knee in, and lower your chest to the floor. We're doing cross core. On the other side, slide the hands forward. Lift the left leg, push into right knee. Lift your right hand and push down into right knee and left palm. Right hand and left leg lift. And release. Slide your hands back. Push. And walk your hands back. A lot of people think that they have tight hamstrings. Which camera am I on here? So I'm going to turn to you guys. And if you want to turn your chest and your body to the long edge of the mat, that would be perfect. People think they have tight hamstrings. They say all the time, I can't touch my toes. I'm not flexible. I can't touch my toes. Everybody can touch their toes if they bend their knees enough and if they let the back round enough. Usually people can at least get a lot further than they think they can. Some people legitimately can't touch their toes. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have tight hamstrings. It could mean that there's a lot of instability in the hips. And it could be overcompensation of the glutes for the hamstrings or vice versa. So what we're trying to do through this practice is train every muscle on our team to do its job, right? Go ahead and turn back to the top edge of your mat and slide right knee to the outside of right hand and slide your foot slightly forward and walk the left knee back. Now we've been loving Pigeon all week long here, but what I want you to focus on today is seeing how close you can get your right big toe to the top of your mat. And even if it doesn't move, you can always slide your left knee back, trying to get your left foot off the back edge. So what we're going to try to do, quite frankly, is not a lot of fun. This is probably not the day for this, considering it's been a laundry, take care of the kid kind of a day. But I'm feeling it. My hips are willing to go there. So I got to switch cameras, and you guys can see me from the front, right? So what I'm going to do is place my right elbow somewhere near my right foot and place left hand on right and turn chest left. Now, for those of you that have the range in your hip and in your knee, you can place your right elbow on the bottom of your foot. That way you hold your foot in place. You can plant left hand on right, thumbs to the sternum, and if you're really feeling frisky, turn your left heel to the floor, come onto the arch of your foot, and lift your left knee. And even if none of those things are available, or quite frankly, of interest to you, you can always just lower the heart, let the right foot slide back towards the heel, and if you went into that more difficult twist, then go ahead and come on out of it, and let's just work our hips right and left a little bit. And now, plant the hands, curl left toes under, slide right foot left, just for a moment, and then slide right foot back, lift it up, step to the outside of your right hand, and push your hips back so my right leg is straight and my hips are over my left knee. And then you can step your hands out anywhere that's more stable to you. And I want you to take your right foot, turn it in, right foot, turn it out. Turn it in, tapping the mat, and turning out, tapping the floor to your right. Move that breath as you move that body. Now lift your toes to point at the sky and reach over your toes if you can. And if you can't, just grab your shin, grab your ankle. Just grab onto somebody and cry if that's what you got to do, and breathe. Because everything is okay, man. Release, bend that right knee, and bring the right knee back on to the mat. Press back into crouching cat. Bend the knee slightly, lift your heels. Try to slide your mat out from under your hands with your feet, and try to slide your mat out from under your feet with your hands. You're trying to tear your mat in half like 2 sheets of tissue paper, which I'm guessing at this point you're really starting to ration and use 1 or 2 sheets at a time. Lift the left leg and step to the outside of the left hand. My bad, guys. I want you to take that left foot to the right and lower your knee down so we're in that pigeon position, okay? And once again, I want to give you the knowledge, not the permission, but the knowledge that you always are the one that is asking your body for permission. You don't do anything you don't feel like is right for your body to do today. So you can hang out in this low pigeon and more easeful pigeon with the heel drifting under the groin, or you can try to bring it forward so that you could get your elbow close to the bottom of your foot, maybe the elbow on the arch of your foot, and right hand on left. For a little bit further, turn the heel down, right heel down, lift your right knee up. Yeah, that sucks a little bit. Release. But it's also awesome when it's over. Plant those hands, and let's bring those elbows down and rest a little bit. You can rock those hips side to side. Plant the hands, and we're going to slide left foot all the way right. Send it over there, and push yourself back. Right hand can reach under. Slide left foot back, lift it into the air, and step to the outside of your hand and bring that right knee down. Begin to walk your hands back so that your hips are over your right knee. And there's a hand on either side of your left leg. My left heel's off the mat, just barely. And when I straighten my leg and turn the foot in, toes tap the mat. And when the foot turns out, they tap the floor. Tap the mat, tap the floor. One more time, tap the mat, and tap the floor. Push through the heel. Lift the toes up, reach over, pull the toes back, or just hold your calf or shin. Release. Now we're going to walk hands to the right, guys, and pivot on the right knee so that we're in a gate position here. Plant your hands and step right foot right. Bring your feet close to the short edges of your mat. You can walk your hands a little bit out from your mat, but make sure your hands are more or less underneath your shoulders or armpits so that your forearms and your arms in general can act like pillars for your chest. But I want you to melt your heart towards your thumbs and then push your heart away from your thumbs. Melt the heart to the thumbs, shoulder blades on your back. And now push shoulder blades off your back. Can you get your chest any further away from your thumbs? One more time, melt the heart to the thumbs, pull the collarbones forward, stick out your butt. Toes in, heels in, toes in, heels in. Toes and heels in, toes and heels in, toes and heels in, toes and heels in. And hands on the knees. Lower your butt a little bit. Rise up with a nice straight back. How we feeling, everybody? Good? Eagle pose. And the only reason I'm facing this way, first of all, this is dogmatic, isn't it? Like, I always have to do this. No, don't. And if there's a camera in one place and you can put your screen in one place and always see me, that probably works out a little bit better. But we're gonna do a couple of standing balancing poses, and we're gonna work on abducting and opening the hip a little bit. So first, reach your hands up. Connect the fingertips. Exhale your arms out and bring them and cross your body, left arm under right. Left arm under the right. Grab a hold of your opposite hand, weave your forearms like a rope. And this may not be you. You might be here, right? Grab your opposite shoulders if that's the case, okay? Squat down and wrap your left leg around your right. See if you can hook your toes behind your right Achilles. That'll either happen or it won't, but don't spend 5 minutes trying to get that foot back there because it's not that important. If you can't hook your foot, just try to squeeze outer ankles closer together. All right? Now lift your heart and sit down. And if you do have your arms in sort of a golf clap position, you can lift your elbows and look up at the ceiling. Because anytime you shift your eyes, you're creating another challenge for your balance. Because your brain has to constantly send information to your muscles that things in the environment are changing because our head is moving. Release. Now plant that left foot. Reach your arms up. And just bring your arms down. Hinge forward and place fingertips on the floor. Lift your right leg into the air behind you. Point your right toes to the right. Bend your right knee towards your armpit. So again, our leg is in that sort of dog peeing on a fire hydrant position. While you're drawing your right knee forward, point your right big toe. Lift your right knee away from the floor. And step a right foot to left. Hands on the knees. Straight back first. Straight leg second. Let's do the other side. Reach your hands out. Reach up, connect fingertips. Bring arms out. Bring right arm under left. Right arm under left. Bend your elbows. Fingertips in opposite palm or grab opposite shoulder. And squat down. And wrap right leg around the left. I'm doing the super lame version so I don't cut off my mic. Right hip so much tighter than my left today. I've been chasing down my spider monkey quite a bit. I think my daughter, in addition to wanting to be a scientist and a gymnast, she wants to be an MMA fighter. And release. Plant your foot, reach your hands up. Take a deep breath. Lower your arms like ta-da. Hinge forward. Lift your left leg into the air behind you. Lift your left hip. So your left toes are pointing left instead of at the ground. And then flex 90 degrees at the hip and the knee. That means your left knee is coming towards your left shoulder. Point your left big toe behind you. Lift your left knee away from the floor. Place your left foot next to your right. Lower your butt, hands on your knees. Straighten your spine. Straighten your legs. Good work, everybody. Step your feet just a little bit wider than your hips and hinge forward. Palms are flat. Elbows are relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Head is heavy. You're looking at the wall behind you as I look at Baby Yoda. Let yourself hang. Another thing you can do is slide your hands back on that back edge of your mat behind your heels. Flip your palms over so the back of your hands are on the floor. Your palms are face up. Let the head hang here. Slide your hands forward. We're going to turn our body to the left and step forward, squat down. And now we're going to stretch those outer hips and bring this practice to a close. So, yeah, we've been all about the hips today. Lie back. So I'm always sort of intuitively, when I do my practice, and now I'm just streaming it, I just step onto the mat and I sort of ask myself how I feel. But if I feel like my hips are tight 3 days in a row, then I'll vary the routine, because I'd hate for everybody to think I'm repeating everything. Step your feet wide apart, lift your butt. But we're all about the hips today. Hips, hips, and more hips. Slowly lower your butt. Step your feet together. Let your knees melt out and glue the soles of your feet together. And again, press into the pinky edge of your feet and lift your butt. Lower your butt slowly. Plant your feet. Left leg slides straight. Lift the right foot. Capture your right knee with your left hand and draw it across. Now remember, let's try to keep the right shoulder blade on the floor. That means your left knee does not need to come to the floor. I'm going to give you a couple of extra options today. But if this is already challenging you, then this is where you are today. The one cool thing about doing sort of yoga in quarantine is that you're in your own room. Nobody knows if you're working super hard or not. But for those of you that want to get a little more pretzel-y, bend your left knee, drawing your left heel towards your butt. And then reach down with your right hand and grab the inside of your left foot. And now pull your left heel towards you and draw right knee closer to the floor with your left hand. It feels like you're trying to lift both armpits or lift your shoulders towards your ears just a little bit. Or maybe you're trying to press your elbows down a little bit more. Take a deep breath wherever you are. And let go of your legs. Slide your left leg straight. Lift your right knee and plant your right foot. Recenter your hips. And switch bent leg for straight. Slide right foot out, left knee bends. Lift the left foot. Capture your left knee with your right hand. Reach your left hand left. And slowly draw left knee right. Another thing to know if you're really new to practicing is that you can easily get confused and frustrated no matter how slowly I speak with, wait, right, left, did he say left, right? What the hell was it? You can always go back and review. And it's also training your mind to be aware of your body. Not to just know right from left. Stay here if this is enough, and if it's not, bend your right knee. Grab your right arch with your left hand, and then just try to bring heel closer to glute, left knee closer to floor. But in addition to like right hip, left knee, there's also feeling the front of your hip, the inside of your hip, the back of your hip, the top of your hip. Developing a keen sense of body awareness so that you know your body better than you know your car. And I'll bet you don't know your car all that well. But when we roll out the mat and we step on and do the work, we're reading the owner's manual of the body. Let go of your legs. Straighten the right leg. Plant the left foot. And slide right foot back. Palms down next to the hips. Just push into heels and take your butt off the floor. You don't have to lift so high that your back arches and your chest comes towards your chin. Just use the heels to get your hips 4 inches off the floor. Not as high as you can, but high enough that we start to work that glute hamstring connection and release the hips. Now see if you can bring your butt to the floor before your lumbar. So instead of letting your spine melt to the floor, I'm arching my lumbar so that my butt gets there before any of my other vertebrae. And when the glutes touch down, lift your feet and place your palms on your thighs. And just try to push your knees away from your chest and make your hip flexors resist being pushed away, the knees being pushed away. Plant the hands, plant the feet, and lift your butt off the floor 3 or 4 inches. Lower your butt to the floor before your spine, so that when your butt touches down, somebody could still slide their hand on the floor under your back, your low back. Last thing, bring the arms out wide and cross left ankle to right thigh and lower knees to the left. Now first try to touch your right knee to the mat with your right leg, medially rotating the right thigh bone. And now press into the right knee with the left ankle. Relax. Keep your ankle on your thigh. Lift both knees from the floor. Thread your left hand through your legs. Lift your right foot off the floor. Bring your right hand around and either weave your fingers at the right shin or hold the hamstring. If it's too hard to get your hands to the front of the shin, you can grab the back of the thigh. Spread your left toes as you draw right knee to chest. Release. Place the right foot on the floor. and the left foot on the floor. Right ankle to left thigh. Let the knees melt to the right. Now we could try to force the left knee to the floor with the right leg. Don't start there. Start by seeing if you can get the left knee to the floor without your right leg pushing it down. Just engage that left inner thigh first. Then engage the right inner thigh and push the left knee down with the right ankle. So both legs are engaged. Relax. Leave the ankle on the thigh. Lift the knees. Slide right arm through the legs. Lift the left foot and weave the fingers at left shin or left hamstring. Spread your right toes as you draw your left knee down. If your back is really round, if your back is so round that your head falls back and your chin moves away from your chest, you need to back off of that pull, because pulling down is not going to suit your body if you have to round the back to make it happen. Release. Plant your left foot. Plant your right foot. Now we're either ready for Shavasana by sliding your legs straight, or keep your feet planted and step them to the edge of your mat and bring your knees to rest against each other and flip your palms up. And if you want more opening in the shoulders, slide your hands back, elbows bending, so your hands are above your head or even under your head, like you were just out on the lawn of a park gazing at the clouds. Many of my practitioners prefer to end in seated meditation. And if that's you, rock yourself up to a seated position. Bring your legs into Sukhasana. Rest your palms on your thighs. Wherever you are, if you're joining me right now, close your eyes, relax your jaw. Make no effort to regulate your breath in a particular way. It can be difficult in dark times to try to always navigate towards a North Star and always try to look for what's going right and be half as glass full kind of people. But maintaining our focus and maintaining direction is about always trying to do that, to try to look for the positive. So wherever you are, please try to think of at least 5 or 10 things that you have to be grateful for, despite being shut indoors or not getting income or running out of toilet paper or groceries. Those things are easy to find and easy to focus on. Please take the opportunity to focus on what's going right. And if you're shut in, but you're healthy and you have not gotten sick, that's one thing. You can always support these live yoga classes, live daily yoga classes on Patreon and using the Cash App. And if you can't afford to make a donation, please keep watching anyway. And you can always like and subscribe and share these videos with other people you think might be interested. And with that, I'm going to leave you, I hope, to rest and restore and gain a little bit of clarity in your day. Wish you guys a beautiful day. Can't wait to see you again soon. Namaste.